Welcome back to Select Series, and on this segment we're going to discuss some of our Angus Calving Ease options. And Brian, when I think of how vital of a role Calving Ease plays within our Select Sires lineup and the importance it brings to our business, I think that the depth of bulls that we got to have within that lineup and the balance is something that comes to mind. And we have a group of some bulls that we're going to discuss in this segment of our Calving Ease bulls. And one of those bulls that comes to mind for me is a bull out of the Shane Talkington program called Wolverine.
Wolverine is, I call him kind of a find. And we worked with a good friend, Shane Talkington in North Dakota, to find this bull, a Tahoe son, that as we brought him in, not a big bull. And that's probably one of the blessings of this bull, is he is bred to keep mature weight, mature size under control. So he's one of those bulls that will help control cow size. But the biggest thing you mentioned, calving ease, obviously, but the cow size helps this bull get a high dollar maternal. One of the things that we really like about this bull, I'd probably put this bull in the top 5 or 6 bulls in our entire lineup in terms of his feet and his foot structure. And Shane is a stickler for that, and he works really hard to do that. So this bull gets to enter the lineup as a really good calving ease bull that's grown into a real stud, keeps cow size under control, and controls feet and makes them better.
You know, another bull that is an up-and-comer would be the Safe and Sound bull. He is an identified son out of a Tex Playbook daughter. You know, when we think about Safe and Sound, you know, the calving ease, he combines that well, but he also is very good from a heifer pregnancy standpoint, has a high dollar M, one of our best bulls for dollar M, but he does that without giving up ribeye and marbling. So I think, you know, as we look sometimes in these high calving ease bulls, we give up some of those traits, and I think a bull like Safe and Sound is going to be one that can come in and hold those things together. I was actually visiting with Keneally's about the first calf reports that they have on Safe and Sound. Looks like the calves are going to be in the light 70-pound range, excellent calf figure, and yet you still do very good at weaning. So I think is a bull that can provide a lot with the calving ease for us.
I'm going to talk about a couple bulls that have really had an impact for us, not only in the calving ease market, particularly in the northwest part of the country. A bull called Spring Cove Compound is the first one, 7AN 525. Compound is a crossbow son, extreme calving ease. So those people that don't want to risk any chances on calving their heifers the first go around, this bull's an 18 for CED right now, so that puts him in the top 1% of the breed. The Butlers at the Spring Cove Ranch have been a real stickler on selecting for marbling, and so this bull does get to be a bull that you can consider for raising the level of marbling in your herd. Again, one of those bulls that's not as big in terms of frame, but this bull is deep. And one of the descriptors for this bull is he's basically as deep as he is long. And that's kind of a fair statement, because as we see some of the youngsters out of this bull, they are just tanks as far as their midsection. Looks like they'll have a lot of keeping ability and longevity from that standpoint. The other bull I want to mention is a bull called Endeavor. Endeavor is 7AN 617 from the Rolling Rock program. This is a capitalist 316 son that has more marbling than his sire, which is a good thing. But along with that, he spreads out the calving ease and the growth about as well as any bull in our lineup. 16 calving ease all the way up to the top 3% for yearling weight at 153. Another foot quality bull, but in terms of the way his foot is shaped and how he sets it down on the ground, he's a really good footed bull. A very attractive bull in terms of the way he's made, a long-bodied, clean-made bull. He ranks high for a lot of traits, comes from a very strong program, but in terms of that Northwest market has latched onto this bull, and there's already been some sun sell high and some sales. We're going to see a lot more of those, John.
We'll finish with a bull, a proven calving ease bull that's no stranger to our lineup, and a bull that Brian and I think a lot of in the E&B New Edition bull, 14AN 497. You know, Brian, when I think of New Edition, he's a bull that kind of built himself on customer satisfaction. I think he's one that works very good from a calving ease standpoint, yet he provides enough maternal function in those cattle that people can use him in several different ways. I've been able to attend a lot of bred heifer sales, you know, in the later part of this year in December, and we see a lot of commercial heifers bred to New Edition that have been excelling in the marketplace. I think people know that the calving ease is there. Those calves hop up fast and they're very user friendly. I think a bull that has a very nice place for us in commercial heifer projects.
And the cool thing about that bull, I think he made his name commercially. I don't know that the purebred industry made that bull as well known as he is. The commercial breeders that we work with are the ones that have made that bull known across the country, and they've had great success with him.
Yep, I think, Brian, as we review this group of bulls, I think they're bulls that not only offer us the calving ease that we look for, but they provide a lot of function in those doability traits. A lot of the bulls discussed in this segment are very good from a dollar M standpoint
Right.
in terms of the maternal value, and we don't give up a lot of growth with the calving ease that they bring.